Hello, Capricorns, and welcome to this, your April 1st through April 15th reading and predictions. So, we have just come through the spring equinox. We are moving into the solstice. Came through a pretty wild full moon as well, the end of March. And based on your last reading, you guys are leveling up hardcore with regards to soul lessons and making some pretty big and drastic changes. So, pretty exciting. I have a little request to make. I'd like to ask you to please watch this video through all the way until the end. First of all, at the very end of this video, I do have a surprise for you where I'm going to pull cards to help you answer your yes, no questions. How many of us don't walk through life going, oh my gosh, is he the right guy? Is she the right girl? Yes or no? Do I move halfway across the country and quit my job? We have questions like this all the time. So if you're willing to trust, a general reading. I will be pulling cards for your yes no questions at the very end, but also there is a self serving portion of this, and that is I am not yet monetized on YouTube. I do require a few more hours. Watch hours. So, if you wouldn't mind just letting this video play all the way through until the end, it would be greatly appreciated. Thank you so much, Capricorns. All right, now as I mentioned already, the last video that I made for you covering the time frame March 15th through March 31st, the card showed me that you were closing out a soul lesson cycle. You were letting go of some ego. You were saying bye-bye to other people's burdens. You weren't willing to carry them around anymore. The time was absolutely right for you to begin to make these decisions, these choices, these shifts. So, let's start pulling some cards for you. The first cards that we're going to pull for you are going to be where you are at now, here at the end of March, as I record this video for you. This kind of gives us a feel for sort of the steps you may have taken since the last reading that I did for you. Yes, you have the Empress. You are on the verge of birthing a new idea out into the world. You are taking action. Now, the Empress is almost always depicted in the tarot as a female figure, the divine feminine, who is birthing new ideas out into the world. This does involve the divine feminine. So, this is about getting in touch with the compassionate side of ourselves, the emotional side of ourselves, the empathetic side. And this is also about creativity. This is about tapping deeply into our own ability to create, recognizing, Capricorn, that we have the ability to create the world that we want to see. I mean, I'm getting this saying coming into my head right now. Be the change that you wish to see in the world. Gandhi was not far wrong when he was stating that. And pretty much, I'm going to go out on a limb that in order for Gandhi to have said that, he was really tapping into his own divine feminine energy, tapping into the energy of the Empress, you know, recognizing our own ability to be able to manifest and really create what we want. So it looks like that's where you are right now, Capricorn. This is a huge awakening for many of you. Let's see what you are focusing on, bringing into the world some more. All right. So, as we know, what we focus on, what we put our thoughts on, is what we work towards manifesting, and that is what we manifest. So, let's take a look at what's come out. Capricorn is focusing on okay. All right. So we have the Eight of Wands, we have the Four of Pentacles, and we have the Six of Pentacles. Let's start off with the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is a card that indicates we may be feeling a little bit overwhelmed at this time. It may feel like we've thrown too many of our wands up into the air and we're trying to juggle too much. And this in turn has created a little bit of a storm for us. This is not surprising to see this card come up given where you've been moving to, Capricorn. Moving out of an old soul lesson, moving into a new soul lesson, moving into unfamiliar territory, um, on a spiritual level. Now, the vast majority of my readings, I normally go into s- more practical things like job, career, money, relationships, that type of stuff. But for whatever reason, recently, Capricorn, your journey with the cards is indicating more of an ethereal type feel to it, more of soul lesson, more of spiritual lesson type things are coming up in your readings right now. And so we're just going to roll with that. The Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is feeling like we have too many balls up in the air. We're trying to juggle too much, and it may feel like we have a storm swirling around us. This is not uncommon when we are leveling up, when we are awakening spiritually, when we are recognizing that the world is not what we once thought it was. Okay, that's a huge one for a lot of people. A lot of people grew up believing that everything that their parents said was the truth and the gospel, and everything that their priest or minister or rabbi said was the gospel. And sorry, I meant to say imam in there as well. Whatever religion you came from, you may have believed when you were younger that all of that was the gospel. And all of a sudden, you're waking up and recognizing and realizing things are not always exactly face value. They're not always this 3D literal sense. And when that happens, honestly, this Eight of Wands, it feels like there's this storm swirling around us, like we don't understand anything that's going on around us anymore. And I get the sense that that's kind of where you're at right now. Now, I want to point out, however, that the Eight of Wands is depicted as having a swirling storm, being either a tornado or a hurricane. What is the safest place to be during a tornado or a hurricane? It's in the middle. There's a calm in the center of the storm. And so, Capricorn, as you move into the month of April, there's a good possibility that you're going to feel like there is a storm swirling all the way around you. And the best way to get through it is to be the calm in the center of it, to step back and go, I'm just going to wait for the winds to settle down. I'm just going to sit here. I'm going to watch what's going on rather than trying to participate and keep all these wands and balls and everything else juggling up in the air. That is my advice to you moving into April and what you're focusing on. Now you have the Four of Pentacles here. The Four of Pentacles is the card of you need to make sure that you have your budget balanced at this time, Capricorn. The Four of Pentacles is make sure that you don't have more going out than what you have coming in on a financial basis. But there is another meaning to the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles, oh, you can see my kitty in the background there. The Four of Pentacles is about coveting. Sometimes what happens is when we're going through a storm and we're beginning to see things differently, we look around ourselves and we go, oh, I want what they have. Oh, isn't that nice? I'm going to try and integrate that into my life. I want that. And when we do that, what we're actually doing is we're lessening our own ability to be able to manifest what's true and right for us, right? The Four of Pentacles can be kind of called the comparing card. And when you compare your life to someone else's or you covet what you believe somebody else has, you lessen yourself, Capricorn. So with this card, as I said with this one, Try to be the center of the storm, that calm center in the middle of the storm. And with this card, tap deeply into the energy of the Empress here, into your own creativity, so that you're not coveting or comparing your life to someone else's. And that moves me into the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles is a card of karma. There's no other way for it. It is the card of, if you are in a position of abundance, and I'm not just talking financial abundance, I'm also talking about having some extra time on your hands, get out there and volunteer. Give of your time, give of your extra. And if you are in need, then ask for help, assistance, and guidance. So these are the three things that you're focusing on. You are focusing on being in the center of the storm, not being in the swirling mess that's going on all around you. You are creating what you want, not what you see others having. And you're in the process of creating a karmic balance in your life and the life of those who are around you. Let's move into your difficult influences. I am getting called back over here to the Everyday Witch for your difficult influences and challenges. Got one card that jumped. Okay, so we just have the one card that has jumped out for your difficult influences. Interesting. You had the Four of Pentacles. Now you have the Four of Wands coming out. Now, the Four of Wands in your difficult influences. The Four of Wands is typically this really happy card. It is a card indicating that we have the help that we need around us. We have the support that we need around us. This particular card depicts it as having our soul sisters waving our wands, and we're all coming together for the purposes of manifesting and making the world a better place. This came up in your difficult influences, indicating that perhaps you're not seeing in life right now, Capricorn, that you are supported in everything that you do. There is help. Now, that help may be from the seen world. It may be from asking others for help and assistance to calling in the ethereal realm and calling in angels and spirit guides, spirit masters in order to be able to help you. Each individual Capricorn's path will be different, but either way, with this card being in your difficult influences, it is an indication that you're not recognizing the help and support that you have available to you. And so, definitely, Capricorn, as you move through this first half of April, watch out for that. Pay attention to that. And if you find yourself being overwhelmed by the storm and having too many balls up in the air, too many wands getting caught up in this swirling storm, remember to ask for help. Let's go into messages the universe wants you to hear at this time. All right, messages the universe wants you to hear. Oh my goodness, this card definitely corresponds to this Eight of Wands. Calm is not a weakness. I love it. Unfortunately, many of us have busyness disease, and it is a belief system that was brought up. I'm just going to grab this card off my monitor here. Many of us have busyness disease. We believe that the only way to get ahead in life is to go, 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 go. Do, 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 do. And we don't allow ourselves the opportunity to be the calm in the middle of the storm. We fail to recognize that taking 10 minutes out of our day for a meditation break will actually make us more productive. But we've been told, oh God, no, don't get caught. Don't meditate. Oh my gosh, if the boss sees you meditating, you're going to be in so much trouble. You're going to lose your job. Well, yeah, you're probably going to lose your job if you have an 8-hour day and you're meditating 7 hours out of it. But to take a 10-minute break away from screens, away from distractions, away from other people. Calm is not a weakness, Capricorn. It is a strength. Messages you need to hear right now. These other two, I'm going to show them at the same time. Ask for guidance and forgive yourself. Okay. Let's start with forgive yourself because this one's actually more important because this one ties into the other parts of your reading. Forgive yourself. As you make these changes, as you wake up to the realization that the 3D world is not exactly as it was originally sold to us, that there's more going on behind the scenes and you're awakening to all of that, forgive yourself. Don't be rough on yourself. Don't criticize yourself for not having seen it before. You're seeing it now and you're seeing it in divine timing for you. Finally, ask for guidance. You have the Six of Pentacles. Ask for help if you need help. And then in here you have the Four of Wands with you struggling against recognizing that you have access to help and guidance. Don't be afraid to ask for guidance, Capricorn. Let's move into your unexpected. Where are we going? We're going here for your unexpected. There's a card that's going to fall out. Is it going to? Let's see whether that one falls out before I get to the end of the deck. And there it goes. And there's another one for your unexpected. And another one. And another one. Wow, you have a lot coming up in your unexpected, Capricorn. Let's pick them up in the order they came out. 1, 2, 3. Oops, I'm putting them in the wrong order. There we go. 4. All right. In your unexpected, you have the Page of Wands in reverse. Something you were expecting, it might not come in the exact timing that you expect it to come. And that's okay. But that's in your unexpected. So, if you were expecting, I don't know, if you're expecting a big payout, it might not come exactly when you expect it to come. Is that that's the Three of Pentacles coming in. All right. So, yeah, unexpected, divine timing might not be exactly what you want. 10 of Wands. The 10 of Wands, I believe that you guys had this last month. I'm just going to check my notes, but let me see. Letting go of the burdens of others. That was one of the messages last month. And Capricorn, you have it coming back again this month. The 10 of Wands is about carrying a burden. You can tell by the picture on the card, this poor person is having to carry the burden of these 10 wands. The message and the intent behind this card is that we need to look at what we perceive as burdens in our life, and we need to determine whether it's actually our burden to bear or whether we're carrying around somebody else's stuff. So, one of your unexpected right now is this lesson of what burdens are you carrying around. You have the Strength card. And the Strength card coming up right next to the 10 of Wands, the Burden card, is an interesting turn of events here, Capricorn, because when we wake up and recognize that some of the burdens that we've been pushing and carrying around, we've been pushing around, going, oh my gosh, and I've got so much to do. When we recognize that sometimes some of what we have to do, some of what we're carrying around, isn't ours, we need strength in order to be able to set the boundaries necessary to offload the burden back to the person that it belongs to. And finally, you have the Three of Pentacles here. Three of Pentacles. Ask for help if you need help. There's help all around you. Again. I get the sense, Capricorn, that as you have had this soul awakening, you believe that you're all alone. You believe that you're on the journey by yourself, that nobody else is going through what you're going through. Nobody else is in the midst of this storm. These cards, Six of Pentacles, Four of Wands in your difficult influences, Three of Pentacles coming in here. You have the help and support that you need. Ask for guidance. You just have to ask. There's a lot of us out there who are either in the throes of going through similar experiences to what you are, the waking up, the recognizing that the world is not what we once thought it was, waking up into our power and our ability to be able to manifest. There's a lot of people going through the same stuff right now. So reach out, ask for help, ask for guidance, ask for support, call in a mentor. Final general overall outcome. Oh, it's on the floor. I tried to grab it, didn't get it in time. Final general overall outcome. Okay. Let me grab that card off the floor. It's the World, and it was the first card that came out for you. The World. You are absolutely closing off a soul lesson at this time. The world is your oyster. There are so many opportunities and doors opening to you at this time as you learn these lessons, and especially as you let go of burdens that aren't yours to bear. When you step up and step into your strength and you ask for help and you ask for guidance, Capricorn. What else do we have coming up? We have the Seven of Pentacles, the Sun, and the Six of Cups. Seven of Pentacles is about nurturing ourselves, nurturing our little seeds that we plant. Okay. The Seven of Pentacles is a card of we planted seeds a couple of months ago. We asked for this change. Capricorn, what you are experiencing, whether you consciously asked for it or not, you planted some seeds. This is about nurturing the seeds of change. As you go through this, the World and the Seven of Pentacles together, yeah. And then you have the Sun. The Sun is all about the sun shining down on whatever it is that you want to do, whatever it is you're working towards manifesting, the sun is shining down upon you right now. And you have the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups is a card that I like to call the nostalgia card. It's the card about remembering the past fondly while not having the urge to go back and return to the past. Okay. There is a caveat with the Six of Cups as I close out your reading here for you, Capricorn. As you have moved through these changes and these shifts, as you have graduated up into your next soul lesson, as you have awakened to the realization the world is not what you once thought it was, as you are letting go of boundaries that aren't yours to hold on to, your world is changing. And for some people, it's hard to let go of the past. And so they put on rose-colored glasses and they look back to the past with a longing, with a nostalgic feel. Oh, if only I could go back to the past. That is the caveat to the Six of Cups as we round out your reading. There is absolutely nothing wrong with looking back to the past and going, oh, wow, I remember that. That was a beautiful memory. So long as that doesn't tip us into the aspect of, if only I could go back. We cannot return to the past. We can look back at the past and remember it fondly without having that yearning to go back. The sun is shining down upon you right now. The future is like right around the corner. I also want to point out, like we just came through the spring equinox, we're moving into April. Right now is the perfect time to absolutely plant a few more seeds and nurture them, Capricorn. All right, let's move into your yes, no question. So I'm going to just mix the deck until we have one card that flies out for us, and we just had a card that flies out for us. Pose your question. Ask your question now. And Capricorn, in response to your question, the answer is get more information. Okay. I'll leave that for your own interpretations. Thank you so much for watching this video all the way until the end. If it resonated deeply for you, please consider hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel so that I can have the honor of doing your next reading for you in the middle of April. If you are interested in booking a private consultation with me, all of my contact details are down below. Take care, everyone.